This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Brother Mike back on the radio. HardcoreChristianity.com. Arizona, I'm back. Thanks for tuning in. May God richly bless you in today's Bible study. LGBTQ times 2. Got to multiply it times 2. So, yep, it's all over the place now. How about some interesting insights today? Please call somebody and tell them the radio program's on. This is Brother Mike. I am the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. HardcoreChristianity.com is the website. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's the red brick building. On the website, you'll notice we have 2 live services every week, Thursday, Friday nights at 7 o'clock. We have 3 Zoom services, Monday for the ladies at 6:30 p.m., Wednesday and Saturday for everybody. We also have a monthly healing service for children, first Saturday of the month at 10 a.m. We have a deliverance and discipleship training class that is free the 4th Saturday of the month at noon at the Arizona Deliverance Center. Thank you for all your kind donations last year. You kept us on the air. I just surpassed my 23rd year on Christian radio. Thanks to you. If you need a receipt for your donations last year, please send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. If you need to be seen by a counselor, you don't have any money, and you're a born-again Christian, you can do that for free, 602-636-5800. LGBTQ times 2. Wow, here we go. The research is in, folks. Lots of research. Social media is a plague of Satan. There's no question about it. It's promulgated by demons, and they are taking over our young people all across the country. We are currently raising the sickest generation of young people in the history of the world. Empirical research now documents that mental health problems can be exacerbated or caused by social media. Social media routinely causes anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Social media also gives children unrealistic views of themselves. It can result in cyberbullying, very common on social media. They give children concerns about how they compare to others through social media. It can also foster feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. It's all documented now in research. There's too many research projects for me to name on this shorter radio program, but the same thing is actually true with transgenderism. Transgenderism is skyrocketing in the United States. It's a major contributing factor to young people seeing themselves as trans. It allows easier access to trans information. It allows easier access to the trans community and the influence of the people who think they're trans. It allows easy access to trans role models. It allows a person to explore their gender identity more open than it ever has in the past. Gender dysphoria is also being caused by social media and demons. Gender dysphoria is rising dramatically in our society. It's considered a social contagion, like a disease. Young people get influenced by others expressing their transgender identities. Social media allows them to question their own gender identity more easily and more readily. As they hear other people talking about it, they identify with their symptoms, and therefore they become convinced that they may be trans or gay or non-binary. All this stuff is happening on social media. It's happening all over the country. It is like a plague. And mental illnesses are skyrocketing all across the United States. Gallup poll came out last week. Did you see that? Almost 1 in 10 adults in the United States now identify as part of the LGBTQ plus community. A huge increase from just a few years ago. Now, the people that say that this is normal, their view of it is, well, they're being more accepted in our society. That's why they're more likely to come out as gay, non-binary, trans, and so on. Okay, that is false. This whole thing is being promoted by evil spirits. It's being promoted by social media and Satan's control of social media, particularly TikTok. And it is influencing people at a level nobody can believe. It's all being caused by social media. Gallup poll, again, this came out last week. They polled 14,000 adults. Check this out. 9.3% identified as LGBTQ+. 5.2% bisexual. 2% gay. 1.4% lesbian. 1.3% trans. This is according to their statistics. If you transliterate that to a population in America, let's say that hypothetically, not including illegal immigrants, the population of the United States is about 340 million. I can't prove that, but that's an approximate figure. Well, that would mean that if Gallup's percentages are right, if they are, and I can't 100% prove that, I'm just giving you their data, there would be almost 32 million LGBTQ plus adults in the United States. 32 million. There would be 18 million bisexual people in the United States. There would be 7 million gay people. There would be 5 million lesbians. 4.5 million transgender people in the United States. In this survey I read on the Gallup poll, they had a chart in there. I wish I could share it with you, but in 2012, less than 4% of the people identified as LGBTQ. In 2024, last year, almost 10% saw themselves as LGBTQ. Can you imagine that? That's a span of only 12 years. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. The LGBTQ levels stayed under 4%, steady until 2016, and then it started to accelerate, and of course social media began its rise to the top. 2016 was the trigger year, and then everything started going up. Yeah, some people really hate what I'm teaching you today, and they will not receive a bit of it. Let me give you an example. Human Rights Campaign president, a guy named Kelly Robinson, he says that this rise in the Gallup poll is because people are more accepting and open to receiving people with this kind of a background. And that it's a wonderful thing, and it's beautiful they're being accepted in our society, and that the fear-mongering is going down, and it allows people to show up as their authentic selves, and that we should all be working to a future where everyone can be exactly who they are. Well, that all sounds fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, that sounds great. But the problem is, it's not true. As you know, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of people over the years in private counseling sessions, and these people that are coming in now who have suddenly developed same-sex attraction, gender identity problems, strange sexual fetishes and desires. All these people all were influenced by social media. And this is what happens. For example, I'll be as clear as I possibly can. I've counseled many sex addicts over the years. Many sex addicts, while they're on the computer watching Pornhub, have actually felt a strange energy enter their bodies while they're doing it. An energy field of some kind enters their body. What does that mean? That's a demon entering your body. If you've been abused as a child, and you go on social media and somebody else has been abused in a similar way, but they claim to have found happiness through homosexual behavior, same-sex attraction, transgenderism, revelations and enlightenments, all these things that Satan wants to promote, he simply causes it through social media. Social media is causing it. These young people have very impressionable minds, as you well know. And these demons attack their brain. And the spirits are already in the home because they were already sexually abused or emotionally abused or physically abused by someone in and around the family. So these young people already have open doors, so to speak, entrances for evil spirits. They enter the body. The child doesn't know they're getting in. And then they go to work immediately, giving them same-sex attractions, transgenderism, questionable emotions and feelings. And they use social media to reinforce these things. It's chronic mass manipulation. These spirits are manipulating people on a continuous basis and cause these horrible illnesses. And the stronger the demons are, the more desire they have to act out on their same-sex attractions and transition from one sex to another, or develop low self-esteem and chronic and systematic depression and emotional bondages that they can't shake or can't get rid of. If your child has that, please bring them to our children's deliverance service on the first Saturday of every month. It's at 10 o'clock. Please call for a counseling appointment in private, 602-636-5800. Please send me your questions and your prayer requests to mike@hardcorechristianity.com. This social media plague stops today. See you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.